All right, boys, it's time. I am here with my friend and your friend, Kyle. We are going to be reacting to the 2026 Flock League draft. I was Jynxzi's representative champion. Kyle doesn't even actually know this, but I got us last choice of our pick by being unable to catch 50-mile-an-hour fastballs out of the jugs machine. But we ended up
Really?
picking fifth in this league. Yes, that's the way it worked.
Okay.
So we got lucky to end up picking 5 and not 6 because Jynxzi really did not want to take Christian McCaffrey. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna watch the Flock League draft. We're gonna skip through what is boring, what is we're gonna figure it out. But
100,000 a
let's go ahead
first,
and do it, brother.
20,000 a second, 10,000 a third, 5,000 for the highest score every week. And if you lose the league, the punishment will be so severe that you will be physically, mentally, and spiritually punished.
The punishment
the way
was
that
crazy.
Danny has been over the past couple months.
So
really.
is it already
Sal?
the punishment from last year?
The punishment from last year, they already did it. Mason rented out a diner, and 24 hours in a Waffle House. You eat every pancake you eat is 24 hours off. Danny, I love Danny. I had a great time with him down in Austin. He really couldn't have been any worse at this, man. He was like drinking full glasses of water. He was complaining about every bite of pancake. And so a little bit of behind the scenes. Mason did not have this place rented out for 24 hours. Like, we had to get out of there. So we start coming up with like random things for him to do. He ends up like taking like 6 strips of Nair off of his chest.
Oh my God. So he just became like a human test dummy for punishment.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly that.
And then, so that's just for last place, obviously. So a quick question for this, because I'm not familiar with the Flock League drafts as much. I watched last year's draft, I'm pretty sure, but when it comes to the buy-ins and everything, is it just like a free roll to win 100 grand?
Total free roll. Mason puts all the money up. $100,000 to first place this year. $5,000 to first place every single week. So if you've of the top of the 12 teams, if you get the most points, 5,000. However, huge wrinkle this year, which was not in place either of the first 2 years. You have to do like insane punishments for last place in a given week. So if you finish 12th in a given week, like, you're doing like insane, embarrassing stuff. And we have a group chat, and Mason has been putting some stuff in there that is like, dude,
damn,
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this at all. So
shout out to Flock League though, man, for them to be able to put up that type of prize pool for a free roll. It shows that what they're doing is working, and I know they got good stuff, good content for all the drafts and stuff. I love watching the YouTube videos, especially while I'm eating and everything. So it's super cool. And I didn't know you were a part of them. That's awesome now.
Yeah. So it's new this year. I just started with them in May, which is why I wasn't that mad about not being in the league. Also, I hate the punishment stuff. I don't want to do that stuff at all. So the league is Sal, then Rome and Zufa, who won the fan competition, Corey from Fantasy Stock Exchange, Jynxzi, an all-time Rainbow Six goat, and just crazy streaming goat.
Yeah,
the devs of the Flock site, Avery and Nathan from Domain, Mason, Zach from Fantasyland, Thomas and Nick, the editors, and then Sammy, who won the fan competition last year and was like a fan favorite. Like, people watch the channel. And Mason gave him a full-time job. He now is the customer service guy at flockfantasy.com. So if you ever have a problem with your Flock email, Sammy is the guy who responds, and then he is teammates with Danny. This was the first big moment of the draft right here. Rome literally dressed up as a Roman warrior to come make his pick.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know what you signed up for.
It's probably just first round, though, yeah?
Wait, we can only hope.
We thought he was going to wear this the entire time.
But sometimes the heart wants what the brain knows it shouldn't have. CMC is my favorite player of all time, but Jamar Chase is safer with relative upside. Okay. I need the strength of one man.
Where do you land on the Christian McCaffrey stuff? Because you're a 49ers fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, where I land on it, honestly, is I'm tired of being the guy that's skeptical about CMC. And I will say last year, I made sure in all of my big leagues that I tried to get the later end of the rounds. So I didn't end up in a situation where I had to make that decision at all. But I think this year, if I'm around that 6th spot, I'm just taking him, man. Like I feel like I have to. I'm tired of being the one watching him pop off. And everybody has a chance of being injured. Obviously, we have PTSD when it comes to CMC. And yeah, like it feels like he's more likely, just like he's the Anthony Davis of the NFL, right? But he can we've seen he can win you a league. He can win you a league from the sixth spot. I like that. For these 3 picks right here, I mean, I got to know how you feel. I feel like that's just how every single draft should be, right?
It's total chalk. The whole first 5 picks went extremely chalk, which obviously worked out for us because it meant that we got to take JSN, and Jynxzi was
probably gonna get. He's been hurt.
He was so happy about it because we didn't have to take McCaffrey.
Healthy buck.
He's just was so scared of CMC.
Do this. You were right.
He was like,
the 6th pick is
when the devs chose to take the 6th pick, he was so happy. He was like, because they basically decided. So we picked in reverse order because we were last, right? He was so happy that we didn't have to take Christian McCaffrey. I think I didn't talk about this with him, but my feel is that he would have taken Amon-Ra St. Brown instead.
Really?
Just to avoid it. Yeah.
I mean, but honestly, I don't even mind Amon-Ra there. I do think that when it comes to, when we're talking about CMC and Amon-Ra, in my opinion, you're talking about 2 of the complete opposite first round picks, right? Like you have the high risk, but complete like limitless ceiling with CMC. And then with Amon-Ra, you just know you're safe. Probably going to play like almost every week. He's going to play through injuries a lot, and he's just a stud. So with that offense too, I just think he's going to be going crazy as well. But so in your opinion, right? So you obviously feel that 5 and 6 are the 2 worst spots to draft from this year.
I think and it's not even so much about who it is in the first round. It's about who you are left with in the second round. The guys who picked at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, their second round picks were so cozy. They were like, I'll just take whichever running back I like here. Running back start. Like I'm feeling great. And I mean, you're going to like, when we come back up in the second round, like we almost I think we almost took Breece Hall in the second round, which we didn't even really want to do, but it was just about knowing the running back stuff was absolutely brutal.
Yeah. So for me, right, like the reason why I'm happy with us not doing this on my stream is because I do have a couple of guys in there that are in my $5,000 buy-in league. And I don't want to actually go over everything with them, but I do want to go over it with you. I don't see a universe where I'm leaving the first 2 rounds without 2 running backs. I feel like I have to, right? Like even these guys that get Jamar and Puka, but they end up with, if I leave the first 2 rounds with 2 receivers, I feel like I lost already because I don't want to have a Jeremiah Love and a Scatabo as my 2 running backs that I have to count on.
No, right? Exactly. And like we ran into this because we were drafting at 5. So we did JSN. And then when we came back up, all the running backs were gone. Yeah. Kenneth Walker was gone. Hampton was gone. HN was gone. Derrick Henry was gone. They were all gone. So we ended up taking Drake London, which led to us making a pick in the 3rd round that neither of us really wanted to do. Mason was the biggest baby in the whole draft. This pick that he made in the 2nd round. I mean, he is throwing an absolute fit.
It's not worth it, man.
Because Saquon Barkley goes, Achane goes, Hampton goes, Jynxzi goes ahead of him. I mean, Jynxzi actually, while you were streaming right before this, Jynxzi just got hurt.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's probably going to be out for the year.
I mean, so looking real quick, looking at Sammy and Danny's picks, I would be irate. I mean, dude,
it's insane.
I don't know where Jettas would have to fall to for me to pick him, but it would have to be like, obviously 2nd round at some point, but he's never really going to fall. Somebody's always going to grab him. But like, if I'm looking at this right now, that James Cook Saquon combo to me looks amazing. Achane, I'm not super high on, but Chase Brown, I love. It is surprising to see Chase Brown go with a 10 spot though. Like, I respect it though. I respect it, honestly.
I respect it too. Nathan was huge on Chase Brown. He has him like super high in his rankings. Like that was just him drafting off his rankings. So I respect drafting off the rankings too. I agree. Zach had a 6 start. James Cook, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I love that.
You got your great running backs. Chase Brown, Achane, great start. I think the editors actually, honestly, in this drafted a sick team, and I feel really bad for Sammy and Danny though because they are already setting themselves up to be in the punishment chair.
You're depending on Kyler, and your running back one is done. He's just toast.
Yeah. Just look at Mason being such a baby right here about taking Kenneth Walker.
I'd be ecstatic with a Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker start.
I'm trading this dude off.
He was that upset?
Will be
it's hard to explain exactly how Mason does fantasy football, but a lot of his stuff really is just like you are what you say you are. You know, and Walker's one really good season was the 2024 season where he only played 11 games, but like, you know, he's mostly been like a 10, 11, 12 points per game player. So it is, you're definitely betting on a huge amount of improvement from him in Kansas City, but I think you're going to see it. Like, I think he's going to be so good. He's my, really, that's who I was hoping that Jynxzi was able to take in round 2. I was hoping for that.
Who's the Chiefs RB2?
Right now, it's probably like the first game of the season. It'll probably be Amari DiMercado, the guy who got cut from the Cardinals. From the
Cardinals. Okay.
Yes.
There's just no way he's splitting a workload like he was with Sharp. Like I can't see him not eating. I would, dude. Jonathan Taylor and Kenneth Walker to me is a beautiful start.
It's literally the best start in the draft.
I don't know how he could be that upset about that. I mean, the only thing, like, if I could somehow. I am higher on Amari and Hampton, you know, obviously in Saquon. If that somehow happened, I could see why Mason would just be insanely stoked if he got Jonathan Taylor and Saquon. But Kenneth Walker could easily have a year where he outscores Saquon, I feel.
Easily. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Okay, so Amon Ra here. I'm curious where he's able to go here.
I honestly actually don't remember. I think he takes Derrick Henry right here.
The best running backs on one of the best offenses in the league.
Dude, I kind of love my pick right now.
I know.
Yeah.
I honestly,
what's your take on Derrick Henry this year?
So where he was picking, it's who I would have taken because the alternative was taking Bowers or taking London, which, don't get me wrong, I really like Brock Bowers, but in like a 12-team home league, like redraft situation, I'm like, man, there's just so many ways that can go wrong. You know,
absolutely.
Like, so I would have done the same thing, but I don't really like taking Derrick Henry.
I get you. I mean, what's crazy is I've only had Derrick Henry like in one league in my entire life. It's crazy that he's the one guy that I've just never ended up with. Not because I don't like him. It's just wherever I was drafting in any of those years, I just never end up with him. And Jonathan Taylor's another guy. They just never end up on my teams for some reason. And then there's certain guys.
I've gone out of my way to not take Derrick Henry before, and it's not been something that has really worked out. All right, so we are about to take Drake London right here.
We're going with Drake.
See, this worries me. Like, when I look at that, I'm scared because who are our 2 running backs going to be?
Man, I didn't
know
expect
what I mean?
to go to no ball like this.
All right, we just did our 3rd round pick. Round 1, we went JSN.
And the drop-off seems so vicious.
Round 2, we went Drake London. We had a couple of other options with like Rashi and Bowers, but I just think Drake is very safe. He has a high volume every year. He is the guy in it.
So when we were back there talking, I did float out like, if we take London, that's fine. But it does mean that whoever we're going to take when we come back around is not going to be our favorite. Because the guy I suggested to him was Jeremiah Love. And he was like, rookie running back on a shitty team. And I was like, you know what?
In the second round?
In the second round. I was like, yeah, it's total. Because I just knew what was going to end up happening was going to be exactly what ended up happening.
There's a running back that I'm looking at that if you guys end up with him in the 3rd round, I literally will not be upset at your first 3 rounds.
All right, well, let's fast forward.
Should I tell you who first?
Yes, yeah. Tell me who it is.
I love Javonte Williams.
That's exactly who it is.
Is that who you guys got?
That's exactly who we took. That was so Kyron went or Brees went. Brees would have been who I floated to him. Then Corey took Kyron, and we took
in the mirror
Javonte Williams.
Say, and like leaving and proceed to
I'm not mad at that, dude. I'm really not mad.
1 fantasy point. And what do they say?
Yeah.
Be humble or be humbled. So
the guy
this year
Rome.
we're getting humbled.
I was just about to say
Alrighty,
Rome's
so,
team, Jeremiah Love and McBride is like, I mean, he's got. Go
Keep
ahead.
an eye on Rome's team. No,
Okay.
no spoilers. Keep an eye on Rome's team.
All
The
right, all right.
comments, the fans, they were not high
Okay.
on Rome's team. So when we took Javonte here, we were both like totally aligned on this one. Like we were both like, this is just it's the obvious pick. I would guess we probably both would have preferred Kyron, but why do you like Javonte so much?
I just like Javonte with Kyron. I was worried kind of towards the end of the year with the Blake Corum usage. I didn't know if like there's some type of, there was always people doubting Kyron, and I was always a Kyron lover. But as the year went on, it seems like people just were convinced that Sean McVay hated him and that he was just eventually going to get less usage. So I don't know if that's going into this year. Like I haven't seen where Blake Corum's being drafted in leagues. But is that a concern? Like, because normally Kyron would be a round 2 guy, right? Like the last couple years and everything. So, of course, I mean, man, but even in your guys' situation, let's say Kyron was available. Let's say Corey went with like Devontae, or well, that wouldn't have happened, obviously. But let's say they were both there. I think I would say just because of the offense, but I like both their offenses. I probably would have gone Kyron, but I think it's a coin flip, really.
Yeah.
What is your take on them?
I actually, so in my rankings that like if someone wanted to just like draft off my sheet, I have them like right back to back.
Okay.
However, the way it kind of works out is you end up wanting to take other Rams players in the draft, like when you're picking from this side of the board. Like Corey has to make the decision on if he wants Devontae Adams or not, and you don't really want to be starting that many Rams players. I also love, like, my favorite sleeper in fantasy is Terrence Ferguson, the tight end for the Rams. And so you don't like so then you're set up sometimes like, I have 3 Rams players and I don't have Stafford or whatever, which you don't feel that good about.
Wait, so Terrence Ferguson.
Yes.
Okay.
Terrence Ferguson. Lock that one in the back of your brain.
Why are we so high on him?
I think he's going to be like a combination of the Rams wide receiver 3 and the like starting like Isaiah Likely for the Ravens, but really good and with a better quarterback, or not even a better quarterback, but a quarterback who throws like like, you know, Lamar throws 400 times a year, Stafford throws 600 times a year. No really crazy picks for the rest of the 3rd round. Mason took Olave, put the I'm trying to see. I don't think anything else really crazy happened here. Sammy and Danny did take Loveland and Waddle at the turn, which were like pretty big reaches. They both love Colson Loveland, and obviously he wasn't going to get back around to them.
With all things considered, now knowing what happened to Jynxzi, I'm just curious to see what Sammy and Danny's running back room looks like. I'm looking at these receivers from in the round 3 from Devontae to T. Higgins, and that area just scares the shit out of me, man.
Exactly.
Like it really does. Like I love Olave, especially with Tyson getting a little banged up. Obviously, George Pickens did his thing. Devontae should do well, but with Zay and Ladd, are you a Ladd truther? Do you think he comes back this year? I
mean, I think that Olave, Flowers, Ladd, Igbuka, I think they all have like really similar questions where you're just like, I actually don't know how good any of you guys are. Like, I think you're all good, but I don't know if any of you are great. And, you know, getting that right, the Devonta Smith, Olave, Flowers, Ladd, Igbuka, T, like getting that stage of it right is like going to be like one of the biggest questions in fantasy. And like if Zach hits on Zay Flowers with that running back start, his team is going to be insane. Like,
that would be nuts.
Like his team is going to be absolute. Like it's going to be one of the best teams in the league. The next pick that we made was my favorite pick in the draft. Cause I love this dude, Byshell Tootin. I didn't say a word to Jynxzi when we went back. I was like, hey man, what are you thinking? What do you want to do? They all, like all these guys at the draft, they all thought like, oh, Davis, you told him to take him. I'm like the Byshell Tootin guy. He loved him.
I love that. I love that.
Sure, because he's the clear guy in Jacksonville.
He is the clear RB1 for them now, right?
He's young.
They have Chris Rodriguez Jr.
None of our teams injury prone.
Was the only reason people like him at all is because he was
Fucking do it.
with
Fucking do it.
Liam
So,
Cohen at Kentucky.
There's
That's
one
it.
man
Oh,
that is my
okay.
favorite human to ever graze.
But Jynxzi is a Buccaneers fan, so he knows all about Liam Cohen.
Gotcha.
And he was down. And I like, people are not going to believe me. They're really going to think that I influenced him because I'm such the Tootin guy.
No, I mean, I think you would take pride in it, knowing that you got him there, you know?
I would.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm not going to lie, man. The way I didn't think you guys could end up with 2 running backs. By the way, Tootin in the 4th round is just going to be so much better than a 4th round pick. Like, I'd love to get him in every league in the 4th round. You know, he could have.
I completely agree.
Yeah, with ATN going, I'm curious. I have a few questions to ask you, honestly, because for one, it breaks my heart to see this Bucky Irving situation. I have a main league that I've won 3 years in a row where we have keepers from the 9th round and after. So right now, my 3 continuous keepers are Chris Olave, Travis Etienne, and Bucky Irving. And last year, having Bucky Irving as a keeper was awesome because it's like, oh, shoot, he's a 2nd round pick. To see him go down to where he is now after kind of the weird year he had and knowing that they have Gainwell now and having Etienne as one of my keepers where it's like, what's his usage going to be? What's your take on Bucky and Etienne?
So I have Etienne ahead. Etienne, actually, he was one of the biggest fallers in this. He makes it all the way to Sal's team at the 4-5 turn.
Wow.
Some wild picks, in this draft. Or actually, maybe Rome took him. I think Bucky's a really talented player. It worries me that they signed Kenneth Gainwell to like real money in free agency. And then all the reports have been, he's going to play all the passing downs. Because Bucky's first year, like the thing that made him so good was how awesome he was in the passing game. I mean, they gave him 0 rushes inside the 5-yard line last year, like straight up, like 0.
Trust me, I know. Because, dude, I mean, I'm a Bucky Irving lover. Like going into last year, I targeted him in every DFS every week. It was just pain. It was just pain.
Yeah.
Watching Sean Tucker get carries and everything.
I know. It's completely insane. Yeah. And this guy, my guy Zach Fantasyland, who took him in this draft, like Bucky is like, that's like his brand player. He like absolutely loves him. Yeah. And he knew he wouldn't come back around to him in the 5th round. So this next pick that Jynxzi took, this was the only time I told him, like the whole draft, the only time I told him, I don't think this is a good idea. I told him that we were about to be back up here, and he wanted to take Lamar Jackson. And I told him, I was like, I think there's a chance he comes back to us in the 6th round, but also in leagues like this, quarterbacks just end up hanging around. Like you'll see in this draft, the editor team that's picking at 11, they took Jalen Hurts round 11, Mahomes round 12.
Wow. Okay. So they really do fall.
They really do fall.
Real quick before your pick comes up, I'm looking at Rome's team right now, and this is crazy, man. I mean, he's gonna have some trade bait later, maybe for guys like Avery or guys like damn.
He does have some trade bets. So Rome goes Bijan, Jeremiah Love, Trey McBride, DeAndre Swift, Travis Etienne. He made the most controversial pick on the entire draft. No spoilers. I'll fast forward to him making the most controversial pick. But you see here, I'm like,
and there's only 2 QBs.
Yeah, we could take Lamar. It's cool, but
Josh. I think we have 2 receivers. We have 2 running backs.
I was floating Burden here.
This is hard.
Burden was who
I love Burden.
We go Lamar Jackson. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of a controversial pick here.
He did go with him.
I don't want to be one of those guys that's playing scramble.
He takes Lamar here.
Damn, as the 2nd overall. I mean, is that where he is in your QB rankings? 2nd?
He's 2nd in my quarterback rankings. He's a little bit lower in the overall than this.
I mean,
and you kind of just need to know your league. Like in some leagues, maybe your quarterback scoring is weighted that way or whatever.
But you in your heart knew you could get him in the next round.
I don't know. I don't know if we would have gotten him in the next round. Like I think it was like another 20 picks before another quarterback went and Drake May went. But it was more that in this league, they have 2 flexes. So it's running back, wide receiver, 2 flexes.
I would have loved Bird in there.
Yeah. So with the 2 flexes, I did just think, and then I think there's a pretty big tier break also after Burden in terms of like getting into guys with like Jameson Williams, Carnell Tate, like just huge question marks.
Yeah. JMO's a guy that I really hate having in any leagues. It's just like, is he going to have 130 yards or is he going to have 2 catches for 30? Like, it's just, I don't really like that. I do like DJ Moore though, man. I feel like where he's getting picked, I'm okay with having him.
I'm out on DJ Moore, but it's one of the things that's so obvious about how I could be wrong. Like sometimes in fantasy football, when you're wrong, you're like, man, I really didn't think that was how I was going to be wrong. But with DJ Moore, it's literally just Josh Allen is a super freak.
Yeah.
He could make anyone a wide receiver one if he wanted to. If he wanted DJ Moore to score 12 touchdowns, he just very easily could do that.
So why are you out on him? Is there something that I'm not seeing?
He just was so brutal for the Bears last year. Like his like career low efficiency metrics across the board in everything. Like, dogging the routes at the end of the season. I mean, their season ended on him dogging a route. If he finishes, if he rounds off that route, they probably are in the NFC Conference Championship game.
No, you're right, because it does feel like back-to-back years where it's like, oh, DJ Moore time, because at first you have Ben Johnson. Now it's like, okay, Josh Allen. If it don't work now, I guess it's just you got to chalk it up. But I think he's gonna be solid, man. Like I hope he is. I want to see Josh Allen reach kind of a far point I would love to see him in a Super Bowl. I'm a Niners fan. He's never hurt me. So
DJ Moore has been one of like a guy I've loved for a long time. Like when he was like toiling away on those awful Panthers teams, I was like, man, you really deserve better. The thing is though, so Joe Brady was his coach one season with the Panthers, and he used DJ Moore in a really inefficient way, and Robbie Anderson scored more fantasy points than him when they were teammates together. Yeah.
Keon Coleman time or Khalil Shakir time.
It's crazy. They have so many guys who like run the exact same routes, and of course, Burden gets all the way down to.
I was just about to say that Zach ends up getting him.
Yeah,
insanely. Zach could have a really interesting team, man.
Yeah, it's really. I think when we were all talking about the teams after the draft, I was like, yeah, Zach's team, he absolutely cooked. Honestly, actually, I don't really remember what Sammy and Danny did here. Carnell Tate was one of them. I really hope they take a running back here. I straight up don't remember.
Oh, I hope so too, man.
Jalen.
Oh man, dude. They are going to be doing some punishments this year, man. Oh man. No.
I feel bad. I like Sammy is my dude. Like of all the guys that I met, I liked all these guys. It was my first time meeting all of them when we were down there in Austin, and I liked all of them. Okay. Yeah, I thought they were all great, but Sammy is my dude. So I'm really hoping.
Gosh.
I hope they finish 11th, man.
I can't believe where 11th. I'm seeing. And honestly, Colston Loveland, where's Loveland getting drafted in leagues?
So it's 312 is early. It's not that early.
Okay.
He's going in that range with Garrett Wilson, McMillan, Igbuka, McLaurin. It's a couple picks early, but I don't think it's like insane.
Okay. And with David Montgomery, what's our guess on usage with him?
So I've been comping him to. Do you remember the year that the Atlanta Falcons signed Mike Davis in free agency?
Yes.
He was like a 4th round pick in fantasy, and he absolutely sucked.
Okay.
That's kind of what he's going to get a chance to get a ton of work, and he might score. Like Joe Mixon in 2024 wasn't very good, but
that reminds me of the worst one of my recent memory was Zamir White for the Raiders.
White.
That was like a Mike Davis situation, where because he was getting drafted like 3rd, 4th round.
Yes, people love Zamir White.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yes. Yeah. Marvin Harrison Jr. to Nathan there. This pick from Jynxzi was,
and then he got DJ Moore.
Yes, he's absolutely killing it. This pick, I bet you're gonna hate this one. I was overjoyed.
All right, pause it. I want to try to guess who it is. It's obviously not well, your face is blocking it. There's Ramondre, there's Mekhi Lemon, Laporta.
I'll tell you this. The guy he takes is not on the queue right here.
Okay. So let me see.
It's a running back.
It's a running back that's not on the queue. Okay, I honestly want to think who it is. So
he's been injured a billion times.
He has been injured a billion times?
Been injured a billion times, but he's healthy now.
Who is it?
Jonathan Brooks.
Oh, that wasn't even in my realm of thought.
He has a lot.
It's not even that he's been injured a billion times. He hasn't played any times. Yeah, like
he's gonna do nothing. I'm really leaning towards
wow.
unless he takes Brooks. I think we go Brooks, bro.
We're safe. They took Quentin Johnson.
Oh my god, that's a horrible pick.
Horrible
dude.
pick.
Okay. Avery has so many.
I love it. I love it.
You love this,
ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, I do, because I think that at this point of the draft, I mean, you saw those names in the queue: Tony Pollard, Jalen Moore off the board, Quentin Johnson's off the board.
Yeah,
like these are largely guys who you're probably going to cut. I mean, that's the thing you don't think about when you're doing your draft is you get so excited draft day.
Yeah.
But you end up cutting half your team.
No, it's
they
true.
Suck. They get hurt.
That's
and like
true.
Jonathan Brooks, yeah, he might like tweak his knee again in week 3, and like that's it, and it's over.
Yeah,
he was awesome at Texas. He was a 2nd-round pick. He has not suffered a re-injury for the entirety of the whole offseason. I mean, he played in a preseason game, which I was not anticipating. So I loved.
Look at you. You're just like.
I was happy.
Yeah.
I was also happy because I knew like my audience that watches my videos at this point, they're going to look at this team, and whether or not it's true, they're going to be like, Davis did have something to do with this team. Because of Tootin and Brooks. They'd be like, Davis is representing.
I love that.
I was pumped.
Yeah. I mean, it does seem like a high upside, kind of a, I don't know, medium
super low
risk.
floor.
Yeah.
I mean, no, crazy high risk.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
crazy
well, I'm just
risk.
saying, considering it's the 6th round, right? Like you said, it's not. Well, you guys have 2 flex spots though, so it is pretty high risk.
We end up I think making an awesome pick in round 8 that helps us with the flex. So this next pick, he had like no opinion. So
just let me see real quick. So Burrow, Jaden Daniels.
Like, I'm thinking if we go Kraft,
Wandale, Chris. Okay.
He let me choose here. We talked about it. I think so. I was between Ramondre Stevenson or Josh Downs here. And had we not taken Brooks, had we taken a wide receiver instead of Brooks, I definitely would have been Ramondre.
Yeah.
But he was like, I don't care, man. Take whoever you want. So I was like, all right, we're going to do Josh Downs. And Mason did a video about our draft. And he was like, Davis is an idiot. He shouldn't have taken Josh Downs, which makes me even more. I'm like, even more like, dude, Josh Downs better. Like week 1, Josh Downs better get like 17 points so that I can be like, Mason, I was right. I think Josh Downs is like to me, he's like a 4th, 5th round talent. And now Michael Pittman Jr. is gone and Alec Pierce is banged up and they signed Keenan Allen, but I don't think Keenan.
You don't think he'll make that big of a difference?
So my guess is what happens is that Keenan only plays when they have 3 wide receivers on the field, but when it's 2 wide receivers, it's going to be Downs and Pierce. And I think that Downs can probably be a better down the field player than he has been to this stage in his career.
My question is based on the usages that we've seen. Why is Trevion getting drafted so much higher than Ramondre?
It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It should like this feels like one of those things that once the weeks start, you start saying, why didn't I pick Ramondre when he was available? Like last year with Javonte, that was my guy that I wanted in every league, and he didn't fall to me low. And I was so mad that I didn't just grab him the round before because I knew his usage would be solid. I hate that feeling in fantasy. Every year there's somebody like that. That's who I think DJ Moore is going to be this year. But
yeah. But, well, you're honestly, you're probably going to be right about DJ Moore, and I'm probably going to be wrong. I thinking about it, I'm like, man, maybe we should have just taken Ramondre, and it's very easy to do that in hindsight because our next like 3 picks were all just wide receivers that I think are startable right away.
Yeah, and it's so easy in hindsight, right? Like, you know, if you don't know who's going to get drafted after, but if you knew Ramondre would be there in the 7th round, maybe you go, like a Cortland Sutton or a DK and then get Ramondre, or I don't know which of those receivers you're higher on, but it's so hard to know who's going to fall, right?
Yes.
Oh my God. Like, dude, Zach's team, I'm obsessed with it, dude. I'm obsessed with it. Okay.
He is cooking.
If he had the guts, which it would be hard to, but if he somehow got Tootin instead of Bucky there, I'm looking at his team as like perfect for where he was at in the draft. I love it.
Yeah. So Rome takes his first wide receiver in the 6th round, takes Cortland Sutton, and then follows it up with Wan'Dale Robinson, which is not even.
Oh my God. Those are his two. That's crazy.
It's gonna get crazier with Rome.
Okay.
Nathan takes Mekhi Lemon at the 7.10, who I think is honestly in this range of the draft, I think is fine. Sammy and Danny got Jordan Mason to be their running back 3. I also think they made a mistake. Yes.
Okay.
So Rachaad White, that was one when Rachaad White got taken. I was like, what are you guys doing, dude?
Yeah.
That's
Is he gonna play? I mean, who's their running back 1 right now? Is it Bill?
Bill, it's Bill, dude. Yeah.
Did Bill get picked already?
No.
Okay.
That was one where when the editors took him, I like immediately chirped them. I was like,
yeah,
there's a reason that we don't have you guys doing fantasy content on the site. You gotta come on, Thomas.
So my question with Mason, because I feel like I've seen this often with all of his drafts, it always feels like he has 100 receivers and then just sticks with his 2 running backs. Does that end up helping him a lot? Like, does that work for him?
I mean, generally the strategy is get your anchor running backs. We took Stephon Diggs here, by the way. He for a second he thought he was still on the Patriots, and I was like, no, dude, he's on the Commanders.
Dude, I didn't even realize Stephon was on the Commanders.
There you go. I mean, it's like it's within like the last like 3 weeks, but yeah.
So it's Terry and Stephon as the RB 1 and 2. I mean, wide receiver 1 and 2.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think Bill is definitely going to be the starter for the Commanders, and he is not off the board yet.
Wow.
That might have even been a mistake on my part to not bring Bill up for this pick. But our thought was basically like, all right, we took Downs.
Yeah.
Wider range of outcomes with Downs. Let's just get something very simple with Stephon Diggs.
What's your stance on Jaden Daniels this year?
Then I think Jaden Daniels is really good. I'm worried he's too skinny.
Okay.
Like,
that's fair.
Weighs like 205 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That guy looks like Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah. I would honestly say the quarterback that I see myself having the most in leagues this year is probably going to be Trevor Lawrence, based on where he's being drafted and me not ever wanting to reach high for a Josh Allen or a Lamar or anything like that. I'm perfectly fine with the Trevor Lawrence. Usually Matt Stafford's my guy, but just to let other people draft their quarterback, get a range of when I need to take my guy. And I'm always okay with not always okay with Trevor Lawrence, but this is the year where it's like, I think it's going to be solid. He's got so many threats. I love him.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this next pick is the one that made everyone angry. It's either this pick or the next pick that Rome did. And then when he makes this pick, if it is the one, Jynxzi says, can we kick this guy from the league? Is this allowed?
Bro thought he was colluding or something. That's how you know a pick's so bad, when people start getting suspicious.
All right, here it is.
Romeo Dobbs.
After his logic after all these was guy had 1,000 yards last year.
Jynxzi, as you can tell,
but no, this is there you go.
Us testing
Corey Krosky-Merritt goes to Sal right there.
Jaden Reed really messed me up last year, unfortunately. I was kind of high. I was high on getting him late. Yeah.
Our next pick that we took here in round 9 was Matthew Golden, who I definitely floated that one. I was like, I was like, that's why I highest in my rankings. I was like, we should definitely take this dude, Matthew Golden. All right, here we go.
A lot of receiver. I mean, Dobbs is gone now, and
we need a captain on our team. We need somebody that is going to come in and absolutely annihilate the competition week in, week out. And that captain is going to
Brandon Aubrey. Kick him out of the league. Kick him out.
What? Brandon Aubrey and
dude, it was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
this is how you know it's a free roll. If I saw this, I wouldn't have even asked you if there was a buy-in. I would have known it's for free now.
Dude.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Rome is next to me on the couch. So Rome is right next to me. We're all sitting there sweating. And I'm like, dude, this is for $100,000, Rome?
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it's good for content. It's
no,
great
it
for
is.
content.
But his draft is just insanity. Like, he actually has to start Romeo Dobbs on his team, you know? And you have, oh my gosh. I mean,
now,
how many rounds could have gone by before he picks Brandon Aubrey? Like, in all seriousness.
15 rounds, so he could have waited to the 13th round probably before anyone would have taken him.
Hilarious.
I will try and give him a little bit of credit for his team, which his wide receiver 1 is Cortland Sutton, which is they're like wide receiver scoring in fantasy is down a lot in fantasy football the last 2 years. So if you don't have Chase, Puka, JSN, St. Brown, Lamb, or Jefferson, like in some sense, you are kind of better off just getting your running back points. But this would not have been how I would have solved the situation at all by taking Brandon Aubrey.
It's just so tough to see other teams have better running back rooms and way better receiving rooms than him. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. At least he has.
He does have good trade bait. He already has made one trade, which I actually, because the video isn't out yet, I don't even know what it is, but there has been at least one trade.
It has to be ATN or Swift.
I think it's one of those two guys. Yeah. I honestly don't. I really actually don't know which one, and I know there was some free agent acquisition budget dollars involved.
Oh, okay. I love Mike Evans this year. I'm looking at Sal's team.
Sal's team's very good.
I don't know if I want Brees in that spot, but like you said, you kind of just have to do it, right?
I think he either had to take him, Kyron, or Javonte. That's me telling him, like, hey man, trust me. Matthew Golden is a good pick here, dude. We are gonna be happy if we take Matthew Golden. Some of the running back points lasted a little bit later than I thought. Corum until 8-10, Dowdle, Gainwell, JCM later. Like I maybe would have gone back and said maybe we do take Pickens over Javonte, knowing how, like, we could have taken in a row Harvey, Corum, Hubbard. I mean, Hubbard at 906 is pretty late. I mean,
that's another guy that's just always like drafted late, and then you're like, I should have got him.
Yes. Yeah.
Is Denver kind of handing over the keys to RJ Harvey now, or?
So Dobbins re-signed like a pretty small contract with them. Like, I think like 1 year, I mean, I could look up exactly, but honestly, my read on the situation is that, like, the way fantasy football was played like 3 years ago, before everyone got all scared about running backs, RJ Harvey would have been like a 6th round pick, like 5th round pick. He was a rookie. He was a 2nd round pick. He was super fast at the combine. He scored 12 touchdowns. He was good for them in the playoffs, but everyone just and everyone's scared because they drafted Jonah Coleman, this like 4th round guy out of UW.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really that scared. There you go. Chris Rodriguez. The counterpoint goes. I'm also not scared of Chris Rodriguez either.
God, that Tootin pick, I love it. I really do.
No, I completely agree. I think the Tootin pick was it really what it was is it was needed to be the pick that, like, that if that pick hits, his team is going to be like his pick is like his overall team is just going to score very well.
I thought they said Travis Hunter was going to only play corner.
He's going to play more corner. Danny just loves Travis Hunter. He loves that's just like his deal. He just loves Travis Hunter. He thinks he's so good. He's going to drop him. You're going to drop him in like week
Sammy
3.
And Danny's team is unreal. Like it's just unreal. You have a guy who just lost his leg. You have Jalen Warren and Jordan Mason, who you have no idea what their split's going to look like. You got Caleb Williams. You got Travis Hunter, who might. And then I don't even know the guy that they just picked. That's the running back you said that they
That's
drafted?
The running back I was just talking about, Jonah Coleman. Yeah. So the editors get Jalen Hurts. I mean, I just think Jalen Hurts in the 10th round is a lot better than Lamar in the 5th round.
I agree. Yeah. I even think, but like I said, now we start talking about the Trevor Lawrences and things like that.
For sure.
You know, you could I'm looking at the guys that came after Lamar. You know, you had the Burdens, even Jadarius Price. There's a lot of guys that I like that came after that, but Lamar could also be the guy where it's like, damn, I'm so happy we did that, right? So it's so easy to say what we could have done right after the draft, but it's after the league's over, you start to see what worked. I'm just so confused with Mason's team with the running backs, man. Like when one of them gets banged up or there's bye week, like the bye week, like what are we doing there? Like what's the move? Man.
So my guess as to Mason's general strategy is he had a pretty strong feeling that he was going to try and trade Jonathan Taylor or Kenneth Walker after the draft. And so he figured having wide receivers to swap would be helpful. He also, Mason took Jordan Tyson, who got injured, and then not at this pick, but as his next pick, he took Jaden Higgins, who is out for the year with a torn ACL.
Jaden Higgins is out for the year?
Jaden Higgins out for the year with a torn ACL.
When was this draft?
This was if it's Sunday, we're recording this Sunday, August 23rd. It was last Saturday. So I think it was August.
So
what was that? 13th.
So this was like right before the Tyson news?
Literally the day he heard it. Like we're recording this video, and as we're doing this draft took like 6 hours.
But did he know
as we're doing it? No, he didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Jacoby Myers that low, I like. I feel like that's a pretty solid floor guy. Xavier Worthy, I know he'll just disappoint everybody again, but I still like the chances.
I was gonna say he's like my favorite guy to draft. I was really mad.
Dude,
Mason took him. That was who I wanted.
That's such a low risk, high reward play there, having him.
I did try and sell Jynxzi on Keaton Mitchell, who went 2 picks later instead of Tank Bigsby, because Keaton is one of my favorite guys. But I didn't apply the pressure.
Yeah,
too
Tank
hard.
Bigsby. What's the lean there?
He's just like a pure handcuff behind Barkley,
just in case.
Barkley's 29.
Yeah, I mean, no, I completely agree. Yeah, because if Barkley gets hurt, you got top. What would you say? Top 20 running back immediately?
Yeah. And frankly, at this point, I mean, if we need Bigsby, it's because Brooks is like absolutely a zero. I mean,
I keep on looking at Brooks. That's just so crazy to look at. Like, I'm so scared of him, but I trust you more than I trust myself.
The crazy thing was, like, obviously going into this, I didn't know how much he would know about fantasy. Like, I was like, is this guy gonna know? Like, is he going to want to take Tom Brady? Total non-ball knower. But, like, he knew ball. Like, he knew who, like, the coaches were. Like, he knew Dave Canales was the Panthers coach. Like, he knew some ball. So I was there. Dejon Stribling for your 49ers, bro.
Yep.
Rome made that pick, and I was like, okay, you know ball, dude.
Well, he looked good in that preseason game. I refuse to watch preseason because it gets me too excited. And I don't want to watch, I don't want to bet on preseason. But so I just wait. It's like Christmas Eve. You remember when you're a kid and you're just dude, I can't sleep. It's like that with me with preseason, but I heard great things about Stribling so far.
He was awesome. Yeah, he's looked really good. I was just overall very impressed by.
Damn, Shakir and Shaheed are going pretty low. I mean, there's a lot of good value receivers late.
Yes, there is, which is why it makes more sense to take running backs early. And we took Woody Marks, who I thought Woody Marks was a huge value.
I like that. Yeah. Especially with your logic on Montgomery. Montgomery could obviously get hurt. Things can happen, but Woody Marks just looked good towards the end of the year.
Yeah, 100%.
See, I like Trevor Lawrence that late right there after Jalen Hurts and Dak and Herbert already went. I love that.
Yeah. Let's see.
I just don't really love his team as a whole, though. I thought he started off nice and safe, and then it just ended up being Tajay Spears, Dobbins, Pollard.
And I'm trying to remember. Oh, who got Mike Washington? The Devs got Mike Washington. Oh, that's Malik Washington. No one got Mike Washington.
Who's Mike Washington?
The Raiders backup running back now that Jynxzi's hurt.
Oh.
Yeah. But I just realized no one took him. I thought that was Mike Washington, but that's
so there could be some free agent. They do fab on the.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they do fab for the Flock League. So we finished Marks, Goddard, Broncos defense, Braylon Allen, and then James Conner.
I like James Conner. I mean, James Conner's all reliable. So who do they have right now? Do they still have Trey Benson too?
They still have Trey Benson. My thought is that of all the running backs who are still on a roster, he's got to be like the most likely one to get traded somewhere.
That's fair.
Could be the Raiders now, could be the Lions. The old Arizona offensive coordinator is there. Yeah.
Who would be him going to the Raiders would actually be really good for you guys. That would be nice.
It would be.
Yeah. You got Braylon Allen. I like that too. I mean, obviously with Breece Hall. So Breece Hall avoided a serious injury.
Like his groin, like he's not practicing right now. They said that he's going to be back by week 1, but I mean, there's certainly a chance that he re-aggravates it and Braylon Allen's just starting running back behind a guy who's already hurt.
I like your guys' approach with those late running backs. I mean, they're all one injury away from being just awesome. So
this at the end here, this was the only point where I got like starstruck. Like where I was like, okay, what I really wanted to do is I really wanted to tell him to take Terrence Ferguson, but I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to like, it was just kind of a weird dynamic of being like, hey man, like this really is just for me. And this is for like the people who watch my videos. Like you don't give a shit about this at all. You know what I'm saying?
Why didn't you do it?
I should, and he wouldn't have cared. He would he
would have done it.
He would have done it. He would have been cool. Like throughout the whole experience, like I said, we were doing this for like 6 hours, and he was just he was hanging out.
Yeah,
we were all having a good time. Like it was all cool. He would have been cool about it, and I blew it, Kyle.
It's all good. I mean, you got him to take. Well, you got the Jonathan Brooks trade in. I mean, the play in. It sounds like he wanted that though. It was a Josh Downs one and the Golden one that you
Downs and Golden. I felt great about, and I think he drafted like I think his team is good. I think it's a top 3 team in the league. Honestly, looking at it, I think Zach. I didn't like what he did in the back half of the draft. I don't. Think,
let me look. So after Ramondre, he went Jordan Addison, Harold Fannin, Dak. I don't know who C. Douglas is. Is that a rookie?
Yeah, it's a rookie. From
I never know rookies.
From the Dolphins. Yeah.
Okay. Sharp, Jags defense. The Jags defense is the number 3 defense.
I think they have a really strong schedule to start the year, if I remember correctly. I think they're one of the good streaming defenses.
Okay. And then likely, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I really like the start of his draft. Let me see. Gibbs, Neighbors. I'm gonna try to do my own rankings.
Yeah, let's do power rankings, and then
I'll start from like I think Sammy and Danny and Rome. We don't even need to speak about it. Like, and that's even. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's even without the hindsight. Even if Jynxzi was healthy, I would still be looking at that team, thinking they're not one of the stronger teams. Let's see: CeeDee Lamb, Amari Hampton, T. Higgins, Jacobs, Brian.
I think the editors drafted a good team. I like the quarterback duo. My like favorite starts, if you're not going to do running back, I love the elite wide receiver, running back, mid-tier wide receiver, mid-tier running back. I think those starts are so good.
I think in my mind, it doesn't matter how we do it. You could do it like you guys did, but I just want to leave the first 4 rounds.
With 2 of each.
Exactly. That's all I want. That's what starts getting difficult for me is when I'm in a spot where I know I love Bowers or McBride. And that's when I'm like, shoot, what do I do here? You know, if I go Bowers and McBride, I'm definitely just waiting on receiver and I'm going to have 2 running backs. No matter what, I need to leave the first 3 rounds with 2 running backs, in my opinion. I like Zach's
the way
team.
It lines up this year. I think you're exactly right.
Nathan, Chase Brown, Achan. I like that. I think Glad's fine. I don't know how I feel about Scatabo. I know he's a dog. You know, I
don't like that they signed Najee Harris. That was like 2 days ago. They signed Najee Harris, and he was on the Greg Roman, who's on the offensive coaching staff there. He had him splitting carries with Amari Hampton last year before he got injured. I don't love that at all.
As far as Nathan's team, I don't think I've ever seen a team with more question mark receivers. Like you have Lad McConkey, Rome, Marvin Harrison Jr., Lemon, and Debo. That's tough.
It's a lot. It's like, okay, it could be good for Lad. It could be good for Rome. It could be good, but it's like, it could actually be like none of those dudes could finish as top 15 wide receivers like pretty easily, I think, which you don't love.
Yeah. I think for Mason and Avery's team, I mean, I loved Mason's start and maybe it'll work out, but you know, I just don't know what happens if one of them gets banged up. He has Ray Davis and Sean Tucker, so I get worried about that. Same with Avery with his running backs. Devs, they have CMC, AJ Brown. I think you guys honestly have a top 2 team. That's not even me.
I think the same. He was down on it. He has a clip that hasn't been published yet that I saw where he was like a little bit more down on the team after going through it.
No,
I think for Jynxzi's team, he needs one of Downs, Diggs, or Golden to be like a real hit.
And that's easy for one of them. I think Downs and Diggs can both. You know, with Golden, I just thought he was gonna have a good year last year and didn't see a lot. You know, so I'm not overwhelmingly like positive about him. But Stephon Diggs has never really let me down in any capacity when it comes to fantasy. Him going to a new team, you know, when he went to the Texans, that he won me a league. Yeah, Josh Downs. I mean, I like that team. I do. I'm not big on the Brooks pick. If we were able to get somebody else, it really, I think it just came down to the Lamar pick. The Lamar pick kind of led to the Brooks
Lamar pick led to us needing to do something like that just to catch up. We needed to take a shot. Like Michael Pittman Jr. or Cortland Sutton there is not good enough because you're going to be behind at flex. No matter what you do.
To me, seeing Drake May and Jaden Daniels go 2 rounds lower is kind of tough, you know, but it's easy to say. You could have drafted Lamar and then, like you said, it's about knowing your league, right? But some leagues you pick Lamar and all of a sudden you see Burrow, Pittman, Drake May all go right away, and then you're still on pace to get whoever you want, but that just didn't really happen.
And if Lamar does his 2024 season, it doesn't even matter. You could start a 0 in the flex, dude. He scored 25, or actually I think he scored 26 points per game that year. Like crazy Lamar fantasy seasons are like almost like nothing else you're going to see in fantasy. And we knew, I think Jynxzi was very smart about this. Like he knew once we took the quarterback, he was like, okay, well, we can't spend an expensive pick on a tight end. We'll just take whoever at tight end. And we got Dallas Goedert in the 12th round. Like we got a guy who's just good, normal tight end. I got to give a shout out to my dude Zufa, looking at his team right here. Despite not taking running back until round 4, I feel like he really had a great draft. I think he'll find one guy out of Henderson, Corum, Dowdle, Keaton to start every single week, and he's chilling after that because his wide receivers are great.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he rounds out the top 3 because I'm looking. All we need is for I'll say all he needs is for Montgomery to just do kind of what he's always done. And if Henderson can, I just get so worried about the split carries with him and Ramondre, and it's so unpredictable. I hate having one of those guys in my first initial rounds because you want a guy that you know you're going into the week and like you just know that's what you got with Tootin in the 4th round. You know you don't have to worry about where the ball is going. He's going to start with the ball. And I just think, oh man. But I do think he probably has a top 3 team. I look at Sal's team. I do like the Mike Evans pick and I get worried about Breece Hall though. The more that I look at other teams, I'm not gonna lie, I love your guys' team. I really do love you and Jynxzi's team.
Shout it out. Yeah.
Because you
it's
guys
just one of those things where the decisions that like kind of were sketchy at the time, like the Golden hype has been better since we drafted. The Brooks hype has been better since we've drafted. The Javonte stuff has looked a little bit better since we've drafted. So I feel similarly. I think it's a great team.
Yeah. You know how when you're at a blackjack table and you have somebody near you that's just like doing hits they're not supposed to be doing and they're taking your cards and you're like, dude, what is going on? I feel like Rome was that guy for this draft because his picks altered everybody else's stuff. You could just tell. Like
it's so true. It did.
You know, I'm looking at that, and if you see, you know, when you look at his team, there's no reason that DeAndre Swift and Travis Etienne should be on his team after the first 3 rounds.
And then he took Stafford and Shuck despite not having.
Oh, I just I just seen that.
Yeah, it was all. It just was all. I don't know. It's like
so funny.
Rome was on. So he won the fan contest, and he was on Survivor. So like he is like a big personality.
Oh, okay.
And he's been great on the clips and everything.
Yeah.
But like, when he made this pick, I looked over at Mason. And I was like, should we put like a ball knowing quotient on the fan submissions next year? It was very funny.
That's great.
Yeah, I feel great about how it went. Jynxzi was cool. The guys were cool. It was a great experience to be involved with it. I appreciate you hopping on to do the reaction vid with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I mean, obviously, go check out Kyle's stuff. You can watch him on Twitch. Your friend Kyle. You can watch him on YouTube. He's got some cool IRL golf stuff on the big Your Friend Kyle channel that you guys
we got
could
some
go
stuff
and
out
check
there.
out. I'm hip on that stuff, and I'll be back with all of you guys tomorrow.